CBS 6 News starts now with breaking news.
Heartbreak in London.
All they told us that for our safety, we need to get as far from the location as possible.
A chaotic and horrific scene out of London tonight as police respond to two attacks they are now calling terror in that city. Breaking tonight out of London, police say at least 6 people are dead. Dozens of others are hurt in 2 attacks that officials are calling terrorist incidents. Police say 3 male suspects have been shot and killed. That was in the last 10 minutes, really. London Ambulance Service says it's taken at least 20 people to 6 hospitals. Authorities say that they were investigating a hit and run on London Bridge and a stabbing at nearby Borough Market. Wendy Gillette has the breaking details.
Heavily armed police went block by block, clearing streets, nearly an hour after witnesses say a white van jumped a curb and slammed into pedestrians on London Bridge.
2 armed marked police behind the X5, black X5. Get back.
Police are also investigating stabbings at nearby Borough Market, a popular tourist attraction lined with restaurants and pubs.
I just saw suddenly loads of people run away from the market, and there was people lying on the ground, and there was a taxi driver who had his sort of window down. He was really shouting at people to run.
Authorities say both attacks were acts of terror. Social media exploded with eyewitness accounts from London Bridge. In a video posted on Twitter, police are heard telling patrons in a nearby bar to get down. Another video shows police evacuating London Bridge Station. Police also used a double-decker bus to block access to the popular British landmark. The incident comes nearly 2 weeks after 22 people were killed at an Ariana Grande concert in Manchester, and more than 2 months after a vehicle slammed into a crowd of people on Westminster Bridge. 4 people were killed in that attack and dozens more injured. Police believe both incidents were terror-related.
Now, this all comes as organizers are preparing for a benefit concert tomorrow in Manchester, where 22 people were killed in a suicide bombing last month outside a concert hall. Manchester is about 150 miles north of London. Ariana Grande, the host of the benefit concert, tweeted her response to the attacks tonight, saying, quote, "Praying for London." Right now, there's no word on how tonight's attacks could affect tomorrow's show. The investigations into these incidents still in the early stages. Rick Matthews, the director of the Center for Global Security and Preparedness at Albany, joins me live in studio right now. And, you know, we heard those recent attacks in the UK, the timing of all of this benefit concert for those victims tomorrow night. A difficult time, I'm sure, for investigators and security officials. How do they keep people safe in all of this?
Boy, it's tough. They work hard. We work hard all over the country, all over the world for that matter. The problem is, again, we always say the terrorists don't have to be right once, we have to be right all the time. And so they're busy working at it. They analyze what happens. They look at what we can learn from that, try to piece together other bits of information maybe out there to try to prevent the next attack.
All right. As we watch what's happening in the UK, what can you tell us about what intelligence officials and security officials are doing in the U.S. tonight? Well,
everywhere. The U.S., everywhere else in the world, they're looking at what happened, trying to figure out if there's anything we could have known before this happened. Probably not. But we're looking to see if there's any other bits of information there, what they can learn from the effects of the terrorists that they stopped over there, and looking to see any other piece of information that may be out there that didn't make sense before. Maybe they can connect some dots now. It's a tough road to hoe, and they have to do it all the time. So they'll continue doing that all night, all day tomorrow to keep us safe.
All right, Rick Matthews, thank you so much for your time. We appreciate it.
You're welcome.
On the last 90 minutes, New York Governor Andrew Cuomo released a statement saying that safety and security, the state's top priority, of course. He went on to say he has, quote, directed state law enforcement officials to step up security and patrols at high-profile locations across New York. NYPD tweeting tonight that there are no specific or credible threats to New York City, but that officers have been deployed to heavily traveled pedestrian areas after the attacks in London. Officials at Albany International Airport say they are aware of the incident in London and that in general, security at the airport is adjusted to account for local, national, and international threats. Now, we also asked local colleges if any students are currently in London and if they're safe. Right now, Albany, Union, and Skidmore telling us they are looking into it. We will let you know as soon as we learn more. Facebook has activated its safety check-in feature for London after this attack. There, people can check in and let their family and friends know that they're safe, so you can check that out tonight. This, of course, is a developing situation. We will continue to follow it overnight for you. On our website, CBS6Albany.com, we will have the latest information posted there. And then tomorrow morning, CBS 6 News starts at 7 a.m. right here. Turning to the weather now, where a nice start to the weekend will give way to some rain later on tomorrow. Meteorologist Craig Gold is tracking when those showers will move in.
Yeah, the old 50-50 split started the weekend out nice. Tomorrow, though, well, yeah, the weather goes downhill. For now, though, high pressure in control, nice and dry, but there's our next storm system up over the upper Midwest. It's a quick mover. It's going to get here by the time we get to tomorrow afternoon. That's when we'll start to see some rain across the area. Not the case, though, this evening, as we are looking at clear skies, and that will allow the temperatures to drop pretty quickly. Right now, we're in the mid to upper 50s across most areas, and we will be dropping back down into the 40s by the time we get to tomorrow in the morning. Notice we'll start the day out tomorrow with a little bit of sunshine, so some limited sunshine, but then we'll cloud up pretty quickly by late morning, 9-10 o'clock, as temperatures will get up into the 60s, and that should be just about it. We'll talk more about that rain. We'll time it out hour by hour for you, and we'll look at the rest of next week, let you know how many days are looking wet when I come back in a bit. Tori?
All right, we will see you then. A local community uniting tonight to send support to a teen who's recovering in the hospital. Dozens of people gathering to raise money for 15-year-old Madison Dunlap. She was hit by a car while she was walking her dog last month. Lindsay DeLucia reports.
A whole lot of food and a whole lot of love filled the Colony Rec Center tonight as a community rallied around one of its own.
She's always just so strong and always has a positive attitude, so it kind of just makes all of us have a positive attitude.
It was a night for Madison Dunlap. The 15-year-old is in recovery after she was hit by a car last month while walking her dog on Albany Street. Family friends say Madison is out of the pediatric intensive care unit, but still recovering from a broken jaw, leg, and arm.
Her being an athlete made her even stronger to fight this.
Tonight's spaghetti dinner was put on by the town of Colony
to raise some money to offset some of the costs that the family has incurred as a result of this horrific accident that Madison was involved in.
Organizers say the night full of food and raffles to help the Dunlap family was a no-brainer.
That's what we do here in South Colony, help families out that have tragic events such as this.
Dunlap's teammates were in the house selling T-shirts, wristbands, and ribbons.
I went to visit her, and she smiled and waved and squeezed my hand, so that was like the most amazing thing.
Some say they've been able to FaceTime Dunlap, but they all agree her presence right now is greatly missed.
I'm just looking forward for her just to be back, to be able to play with us again.
And they say to be back to her old self with her old friends. In Colony, I'm Lindsay DeLucia, CBS 6 News.
Great turnout there. Earlier this evening, those purple bracelets you just saw were also being sold at a local basketball tournament. We're told money raised from those bracelets will go to help Madison's family as well. Check this out. Our Freihoffer Sky Eye 6 camera catching the view from above as close to 3,300 athletes ran in the 39th annual Freihoffer's Run for Women.
From the air, with Freihoffer Sky Eye 6, you can see an incredible show of female strength as thousands of women line up for the start. On the ground, an impressive moment as thousands of feet hit the pavement. The view from overhead even more breathtaking, especially when you consider the mothers, daughters, sisters, friends, generations, all women running together.
It's so incredible. There's so few races like this where it can just be us and celebrating friendships and encouraging each other on.
As runners make their way up Washington Avenue, take a close look at this spectator cheering the women on. It's the support of the Capital Region that helps make this race so special. That and the camaraderie. Right here, a line of women as far as Sky Eye 6 could see as the runners make their way toward Washington Park before looping back down toward the finish. Today's run for women of all ages and all levels, including those who checked off 5K for the first time.
They're going to be so proud of themselves when this event is over, and you'll see a lot of tears, a lot of hugs at the finish line, and that just is one area that makes it an extra special day.
And it is such a special race. Sarah Hall from California won today's race with a time of 15:49. Coming up later in sports, what she says is a challenge about this course and what she learned after last year. It was a sea of red on the Albany campus as thousands came out to raise awareness about heart disease and stroke at the Capital Region's Heart Walk and Run. The American Heart Association sponsors this event, which raises money for heart health research. Families affected by heart disease say these fundraisers make a huge difference in their lives.
For people like Ryan who have a congenital heart defect, the research is really essential. It provides hope and reassurance for families like ours and kids like Ryan to know they can have a heart-healthy life.
The Heart Association provided health screenings after the event this morning, as well as a ceremony to celebrate survivors and honor those who have lost their lives. CBS 6's Cody Holyoke had the opportunity to MC this morning. Well, it was a nice start to the weekend, but meteorologist Craig Gold is tracking some rain moving in to start off the work week, just how long he expects it to last. Plus a ride to honor the life of a local boy who was killed, how today's action will help his former classmates. And on Thursday, CBS 6 is hosting a special town hall, Is New York Safer? Our panel of experts will break down life under the controversial SAFE Act. You can see it on channel 6.2 or streaming live on cbs6albany.com. That's We're continuing to follow breaking news out of London tonight, where police say at least 6 people are dead. Dozens of others are hurt in 2 attacks that officials have declared acts of terror. Police say they do believe they have killed all of the attackers on the bridge. As we learn more about this developing story, we will let you know.